has the dynasty dream in Boston already hit a snag, forcing a radical reset before the confetti from the last championship has even settled? Or is this a calculated, cold-blooded strategic pivot designed to ensure the Celtics remain at the pinnacle of the NBA for years to come, even if it means sacrificing beloved stars? The whispers from the league's inner circles are growing louder, suggesting a seismic shift in Boston's championship blueprint, a move that could redefine their future and send shockwaves across the league. Welcome, basketball fanatics, to a story that's got the entire NBA buzzing, a tale of financial gymnastics, unexpected departures, and the relentless pursuit of sustained excellence. We're diving deep into the Boston Celtics' audacious plan to navigate the treacherous waters of the Second Apron, a journey that has already seen some fan favorites depart and now points towards a blockbuster trade target, Lauri Markkanen. This isn't just about roster moves. It's about the very soul of a championship contender facing down the harsh realities of a salary cap and making tough decisions to keep their title window wide open. Even before the 2025 NBA playoffs had truly kicked into high gear, the writing was on the wall for the Boston Celtics. The financial landscape of the NBA, with its ever-tightening salary cap rules and punitive second apron, loomed large. The expectation was clear. Boston would need to slash their salary, to trim the fat, to get under that dreaded second apron. But then a devastating blow struck the heart of the franchise. Jayson Tatum, their undisputed superstar, suffered a torn Achilles. This wasn't just an injury. It was a catalyst, accelerating the Celtics' payroll, gutting efforts, and forcing their hand in ways no one could have predicted. The immediate aftermath was swift and, for many fans, heartbreaking. Two stalwarts of the Celtics front court, Luke Kornet and the ageless Al Horford, departed in free agency. These were not just role players, they were integral pieces, locker room leaders, and key contributors to Boston's recent success. But the biggest bombshells were yet to come. In a move that sent shockwaves across the league, Drew Holiday, the defensive maestro and clutch performer, and Kristaps Porzingis, the versatile big man whose floor spacing and scoring touch were vital, were both traded away. The emotional cost of these departures was immense, but the financial relief was undeniable. Boston is now in a much better place financially, with ample flexibility to prepare for another title run once Tatum makes his full recovery. Now, the question naturally arises: how do you replace such pivotal figures? Derek White and Peyton Pritchard, both dynamic guards, are more than capable of stepping up to fill the void left by Holiday's departure. Their playmaking, shooting, and defensive tenacity will be crucial. However, the loss of two floor spacing centers, Porzingis and Horford, is a much harder pill to swallow. In today's NBA, where spacing is king and versatile bigs are gold, losing two such impactful players creates a significant hole in the roster. This is where the plot thickens, where the Celtics' strategic genius, or perhaps desperation, truly comes into play. Recently, the Celtics have been linked to one of the most intriguing big man shooters in the entire league, a player who could not only fill the void left by Porzingis, but potentially elevate their offense to new heights. We're talking about Lauri Markkanen, the Finnish sharpshooter who has blossomed into an all-star caliber talent since joining the Utah Jazz in 2022. Markkanen's numbers speak for themselves. He's averaged an impressive 23 points, 7.7 rebounds, and 1.2 steals plus blocks per game, all while shooting a blistering 38% from beyond the arc. He's a scoring machine, capable of operating both on and off the ball, a true offensive weapon who could seamlessly integrate into Boston's dynamic attack. While Markkanen is undoubtedly a better scorer than either Porzingis or Horford, his defensive prowess, particularly down low, is often questioned. Standing at an even 7 feet, he's adequate, but not an elite rim protector. However, the Celtics' defensive philosophy, anchored by the likes of White, Tatum, and Jaylen Brown, could certainly mask any individual defensive weaknesses. If Boston's perimeter defenders continue to step up and apply pressure, Markkanen's offensive firepower could easily outweigh any defensive shortcomings. The fit, from an offensive perspective, is simply undeniable. Chris Mannix, a respected voice from Sports Illustrated, articulated the Celtics' potential interest perfectly during a recent video appearance. Markkanen for the Celtics, their interest is that he replaces Porzingis next year, Mannix explained. Now, all of a sudden, you've got the Porzingis replacement. You've got Jalen back, you've got Jayson back, you've got all the group back. I can talk myself into the Celtics. This sentiment encapsulates the strategic thinking behind such a move. With Tatum sidelined for an extended period, the Celtics are not expected to be in the playoff race this season. This allows them to play the long game, to focus on the future, and to position themselves for another championship push once their superstar returns. As Mannix wisely added, every decision that the Celtics make has to be for the 2026-27 season. This isn't about immediate gratification. It's about building a sustainable dynasty. However, acquiring a player of Markkanen's caliber is far from a simple task, especially for a team navigating the complexities of the salary cap. This season, Markkanen is owed a substantial $46.4 million, and that figure only rises, reaching $53.5 million in the final season of his contract in 2028-29, while the NBA salary cap is projected to increase, which would mean Markkanen's percentage of the total cap used would actually decrease over time, making him easier to absorb financially in the long run. The immediate challenge remains. The Celtics already have significant contracts tied up in their core trio of Brown, Tatum, and White, making direct salary matching a monumental hurdle. Next summer, Anthony Simmons' $27.6 million salary will come off the books, which is a significant chunk of change, but it's the only major contract expiring. To absorb Markkanen's hefty salary, Boston would almost certainly need to involve a third team in any potential trade. This adds layers of complexity, requiring intricate negotiations and a willingness from multiple franchises to play ball. The Celtics do possess valuable draft capital, with 2 first-round picks available to trade and the ability to swap a few more. However, they don't have a plethora of young, enticing talent to sweeten the pot in a multi-team deal, which could make negotiations even more challenging. Given these financial constraints and the difficulty of orchestrating a blockbuster 3-team trade, it's worth considering alternative scenarios. Once Simmons' salary is off the books, the Celtics are expected to explore adding a center in free agency. The upcoming free agent class down low features some intriguing names, including John Collins, Robert Williams III, a familiar face for Celtics fans, Mitchell Robinson, and Nick Richards. And, perhaps most intriguingly, Kristaps Porzingis himself will be an unrestricted free agent. The possibility of re-signing Porzingis, perhaps away from the Atlanta Hawks, where he landed after the Celtics trade, seems more likely than Boston pulling off a complex, multi-team blockbuster trade for Markkanen. This entire situation underscores the brutal realities of modern NBA team building. Even a championship-caliber team with a seemingly perfect roster must constantly adapt, innovate, and make difficult choices to stay ahead of the curve. The Celtics' willingness to dismantle parts of their championship team, to trade away beloved players, and to navigate the intricate financial landscape of the league speaks volumes about their commitment to sustained success. It's a testament to the fact that in the NBA, sentimentality often takes a backseat to strategic financial planning and the relentless pursuit of the next banner. So, as the Celtics meticulously plan their future, with Jayson Tatum's recovery as the ultimate pivot point, the question remains: will they go all in for a star like Lauri Markkanen, or will they opt for a more financially conservative approach in free agency? The decisions made in the coming months will undoubtedly shape the next era of Boston Celtics basketball. What do you make of the Celtics' aggressive salary slashing and their reported interest in Lauri Markkanen? Do you think a trade for Markkanen is feasible, or should they focus on free agency to find their next big man? Let us know your thoughts and predictions in the comments below. Your insights are what make this community so vibrant. If you're as captivated by the strategic chess match of NBA team building as we are, hit that like button and subscribe for more exclusive content, in-depth analysis, and all the breaking news from around the league.